Hello, hello, hello. And I would like you all to take a drive with me, okay? This drive will not be so easy, but it's a conversation that needs to be held. It all ties to generational curses, and I feel like generational curses is simply tied because we are told to be silent when we should open up and we should say something. No one is perfect by a long shot, and I always like to share my imperfections. No matter how much I try to control, no matter how much I try to protect, I still fall short in areas. But someone close to me was hurt by someone that I was entertaining. And when it happened to me, when someone tried to take advantage of me when I was young, all I knew how to do was scream out and take me home, take me home, take me home, take me home. And all I would do was stomp. And despite of what he said, despite of what he did, I didn't hear anything. All I did was say, take me home. Because one place that I always felt safe was with my mother and my sisters at home. And so since I was away from them and this person tried to offend me, all I could do was scream out. But you hear so many stories about people being told, if you say anything, I'm going to kill you and everybody else in this house. Okay, listen. I want y'all to share with y'all kids. Yes, they may say that threat and everything else like that, but damn it, let's die fighting. Shit. Excuse my French. But especially when your loved one is in the next room and the person is saying what they would do to them. By the time you sit up here and stomp and scream out and say, help me, or whatever the case may be, people's gonna be in there on their ass. Okay, so please share with your kids not to be fearful to scream out and ask for help when someone is trying to take advantage of them and they feel uncomfortable. I don't care where they at, because someone is close enough to hear. Tell them whatever they can do, get them off of you, fight them off of you, whatever you can, do as much as you can. I can't speak for those who was overpowered, because my story was not being overpowered. But what I can say is, despite of if it happened to you, if you get away from that person, you open up your mouth and say something and let that person be took to jail or whatever the case may be, tell your family whatever needs to happen. Just teach our babies to speak. I didn't know no better. Just like I screamed out, take me home, take me home. And even when we was on the bus getting ready to go home, as soon as he tried to sit next to me, take me home. Take me home, take me home to where anybody, look, nigga. Okay? Tell our babies it's okay to scream out and run away, do whatever they need to. And we have to not be working so much. We have to not be so in our room sleep to where when something don't feel comfortable to us, we just dismiss it. No. Our babies are affected by that. And because they felt like they was not protected at that moment, they sat there and they deal with that and they grow up with that, and then they deal with that as grown adults. We need to teach them to speak out. Come talk to us. Look, I don't got all the answers. I mess up. But let me know who messed with you or hurt you in any type of way so I can correct that situation. Don't deny me that. Don't deny me that. If you have a chance to scream out, yell, scream, whatever the case may be, do that. If you were in a far off place and you can't do anything, okay, hold your mouth for a minute. Not unless you crazy like me. I'm like, nigga, it's me or you. We gonna go hard about it. See, I just don't got no cutoff valve. You know what I'm saying? Because I never known that. All I knew was right and wrong, and when something was not right, I spoke on it. I didn't think about the consequences. But if you are a person who constantly think about consequences, if you can be quiet for a moment, but as soon as you get away from that person who offended you, you make sure you speak out to somebody and you get that person prosecuted and taken off the street. Because guess what? Just like they were not able to hurt you anymore, you just helped them from hurting someone else. So please, 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 please. We cannot prevent everything from happening. It all happened for a reason, but we have to learn from the things that we go through in life, and I think the lesson that we have to learn is to speak out. Don't be embarrassed about it, but speak out. Don't worry about the consequences of someone else. If someone else offended you, then they are supposed to have the consequences that they have. Period. Point blank. But if a person felt so little about you to where they can do something that is not right, then you should never worry about what will happen to them if you tell your family members, because guess what? Your family members will be protecting you as protecting someone else. So please encourage our babies to speak out. And y'all do whatever y'all can to protect our babies. Stop working so much to where we leaving our kids with cousins and uncles and brothers and sisters and everything else, because I have heard of stories of young men being taken advantage of by women. That's nasty and that's sick. Teach our babies to speak out and let that person get the consequences of their actions. I love y'all and I thank y'all, because if we don't teach our kids to do that, they continue to grow up thinking that they did something wrong, when it was not them that did something wrong. It's something wrong with the individual that did the act. Okay? So, I mean, I'm sorry for my passion, but it hurts when you are told that something happened, and even though you don't remember all the details around it, but you knew that it felt uncomfortable. And even though I had a whole nay-nay moment, but that nay-nay moment didn't protect that person who was supposed to be covered by me. I don't want to have a nay-nay moment after the fact when I can handle it right then and there, because if I asked or if I felt weird, address the issue and clean out your motherfucking house. Stop letting our babies be hurt because we empty and broken. Deal with that stuff on our own time, but we give our kids the best version of us. Whether we know that best version or not, but we are supposed to protect them. God trusted them to us to protect them and guide them the best way that we know how. With the limited information, don't no one have all the answers. That's why no matter how much I tried to protect and everything else, people close to me still got hurt. Because I don't have all the answers. So let's protect our babies as much as we can. Give them as much information that we can to equip them to where they can cry out and not be so scared to where something happened to them. To where they are okay with telling people what happened to them, so the person who hurt them can, face their consequences. So y'all have a great day. Like I said, I apologize for my passion. But we got to do something different. And if me speaking out about it will prevent someone else from being quiet about it, if someone else not being quiet about it prevents someone else having to go through it, baby, I'm willing to have as much passion as I need to. So I take my apology back about being so passionate. I am unapologetic about protecting our babies until they are able to make choices for themselves. Y'all have a great one. Bye-bye.